Okay guys, just another little update. I've temporarily installed a motor to try and get the alignment right of the actual holes. I've actually managed to use the original holes off my 50cc twin, which was in here a few years back, which is now in my Spitfire over there. So it's quite good. So just try off it and make sure everything lines up. The cowl's on. And then, as I say, just that's to be the nose cone. As you can see, it's pretty good alignment, smack in the middle of the actual cowl, and there's no chance of it rubbing. So it's quite a nice fit, a nice gap, but not too much. So what I'll do is I'll take the cowl off and I'll show you how I've bodged putting the motor on. See you in a minute. Right, so I've got the cowl off. The motor's on. Just a bit precariously, as my workbench isn't big enough for models like this. I see I've got it hanging over a piece of wood because the table isn't wide enough, and it says hitting on the back of the shed, so it's pretty tight. Let's put that out of the way. So what I've done is some 38mm spacers. As you can see, ideally I needed longer spacers, but a load of nuts in the back there, flange nuts, to get a good purchase on the actual timber there is alright anyway, so I can't see that going anywhere. And the gap between the motor and these bolts is a bit tight, but it seems to run freely enough, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to tighten all that down, check all the nuts on the motor as well to make sure they're tight, and get that fitted in. And what I'll probably do is I'm going to put the ESC onto that aluminium plate. Originally that's the first time I landed it. I actually snapped all the landing gear off, so that actual plate bolts through to another aluminium plate inside, and it sandwiches on the bulkhead. To transfer the weight into this, like the main chassis of the wing, so I can do quite a heavy landing, and it should be fine. Anyway, so I'll go and tighten those up, and then we can get onto the ESC. So see you in a minute. Alright, welcome back guys. Right, the next part, I've got the ESC mounted to the side. So I've mounted it on the side there. I've cable tied it on to that aluminium plate, so that'll act as a part of a heat sink, because I say the airflow coming in the front should cool that down, that'll cool that down, and hopefully all singing, all dancing, lovely jobbly. I didn't done the joints on there. What I've done is put the cables from the motor inside the female 4mm bananas and just soldered the crap out of them. My soldering iron isn't the best, but it was just enough to heat that up. Took probably about 5 minutes each one to warm up, but hopefully that shouldn't come apart. Obviously heat shrink, always use heat shrink on motor connectors. Tape's just not good enough, especially for the voltages and currents that we're using. So that's that done, and I made a hole in there so the battery cable goes into that area where I can mount as many batteries as I like, hopefully, and hopefully hit the C of G. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the cowl back on. And not saying that, I've actually got to make the bottom mounts. The two bottom mounts for the cowl actually snapped out. One should be behind that, and one's like that. Basically I've got to make a couple of L brackets to hold the bottom of the cowl in. So I'll do that next, and then I can get the cowl on and call that one a day.